Hi guys, and welcome to another What in the Westworld. I'm Maddie.
I'm Aiden, and this episode is about Westworld Episode 4, Dissonance Theory.
Did you say it right?
I think.
I don't know. What does dissonance mean? Should we know this?
Diss is like, you got dissed.
You're like dissed, you just got burned. Okay, let's go.
Nance is the last name of Jim Nance, and he commentates on golf and other things.
Why do you know these things? Alright.
So it's about...
Let's go.
Okay.
No, it's not about that.
Oh.
Okay. Let's get into this. Usually in What in the Westworld, we come up with 3 things each, talk about them a bit, sum up what we think might happen in the next episode, and then we end it, and you don't have to listen to us anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly. Let's get through this.
But first, before we do that, I want to. In the first episode, we came up with this theory, or you did, that actually Westworld takes place on the moon. The park is on the moon.
Yes.
So...
Do I still think that?
Yeah, we'd like to go through and give updates on whether or not Maddie still thinks that, and whether or not it's still valid, the theory.
I think it's still valid.
I think it's still valid.
I don't think anything has been shown otherwise. I had a little moment where I thought Anthony Hopkins asked, the girl that he talks to her across the table.
Teresa.
Oh, Teresa, yeah.
Teresa.
It's not Teresa, it's Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Teresa is spelled that way. Okay, Teresa.
Okay.
Is that her acting name or like...
I think that's
okay.
her character's name.
Okay, yeah. He's talking to Teresa across the table, and I thought he said, "How are you liking it down here?" And that was making me think the underground thing. But I don't think he said that. But for some reason, that's what went in one ear and stuck for a while.
That makes sense. But maybe the moon is underneath the Earth at that current moment in time.
Or maybe they're underground on the moon.
Oh, they're underground on the moon.
Like, we've already covered the moon.
Yeah.
Now we're underground on the moon.
In the West.
The Wild West.
There was also that moment when I think it's Dolores is looking up at the moon, and she's like, you focus in on the moon really quick, and then it turns into one of those light things.
Oh, the lights. I thought that was kind of like this is kind of odd.
Oh, I was like, oh, look it, she knows that she's on the moon. She's a fucking moon person.
She's a moon man.
Yeah, she is. She's man on the moon.
Man, woman.
Robot.
Okay. So... I still think it's valid.
Okay.
It may be even more valid since I looked at it.
Way more valid.
Way more valid. All right. I'm going to start.
Okay.
So, Maeve, the hooker in the bar.
Okay.
The main one.
She's not... I don't think she's a hooker, though. I think
she's more of a pimp.
She's like the pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's done her time and then...
Yeah, now she's like the head honcho.
Yeah. But, anyways, she's losing it. She... keeps hearing things. It almost is like a technical glitch. She's hearing past lives over this life and everything like that. She's seeing things. She's also, like, I thought it was cool when she was walking out of the saloon thing and then she stopped before the horse because she knew it was going to come.
Yeah.
There's just, she knows everything now. And
she's remembering.
And she knows that she's kind of in a Groundhog Day effect. Like, anything she does today isn't going to matter tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was fucked up when she drew that picture and then went to go hide in the floorboard.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty cool. I was so happy. I was like, Aiden, they're pictures. And he's like, I know, Maddie. I'm like, no, look it. And he turns them over and it's pictures. Yeah. I thought that was awesome.
That was pretty cool.
This show is like such a thought-provoking show. It's making me so happy every time I watch it.
Yeah.
And it's like a show we rewind constantly over and over and over again. Like, what did they say? What did they say?
I feel like there's so many shows on TV now that you can watch and play a game or do work, whatever, at the same time.
Yeah, and this just easy shows. No, this is, I'm like sitting like this.
110% of your attention.
And I love it. I love that. I'm really excited for a show like that.
Me too.
And I feel like even Game of Thrones, sometimes I like take a back seat when we're at a boring part.
Yeah, when you're in fucking Dorne.
Yeah. But there hasn't been boring parts, really.
There's not a character that it switches to...
that I don't care about.
Yeah, like Sansa in the early years of Game of Thrones, where you're like,
but now Sansa's like the best part. Okay, but
yeah.
I would also like to say that this episode was my favorite by far.
I agree. I think it's my favorite so far too.
All right, so again, Maeve, she's losing it. She finds the bullet fragment.
She cuts herself open. Yeah,
that was awesome.
That was crazy.
And then, like, I don't know. It was gross. I'm glad they didn't show it. It was really suspenseful. Every time they're like, the knife is really getting in there, and then they just back off. Yeah. It was almost making it worse, not showing. I agree.
Because they, like, you thought, I covered my eyes like twice.
Yeah, like, I was like, gross. No, but they didn't do it.
They didn't actually end up doing it. Okay, So my next one is Arnold, this guy who apparently created the park with Anthony Hopkins. We call him Anthony. I don't know what the hell his character name is. Anyway.
Ford.
Anthony Hopkins. He and Anthony Hopkins sort of created the park, and apparently Arnold died somehow. So my question is he actually dead? Because he seems to show up a lot.
Like a couple, when they first introduced Arnold, we were like, oh, it's the Man in Black.
That makes sense.
But I no, because every time I see the photo, I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. So it's either, say, maybe, is he dead? And if he did die, how did he die? Did Anthony Hopkins kill him? Did he kill himself in the park? Did he go crazy? What did he do? And
maybe he's just in the middle, like, waiting. He's, like, getting really old now. He's like, why the hell has no one figured out my freaking maze? And he's just, like, waiting there. He's like, oh my gosh, they're getting closer. You know, you're, like, so excited when someone figures out, like, something that you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
He's just like, oh yes, oh, he scalped that guy. I was waiting for that to happen like 15 years ago, but that's fine. Exactly.
That'd be cool. I like that. He's just like eating worms.
Yeah. No, probably not. He's probably like, every once in a while they're like, oh, a host has gone missing, and it's just a host bringing like some food over and he goes back. He's definitely got it right.
No, that makes sense. I don't know. I personally, I think that he is dead, but he has sort of manifested himself in the code because he's always talking to him in their heads.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like Transcendence with Johnny Depp, where now he's just part of them, and everything like that. That movie. Remember that one movie?
With Johnny
Did
Depp?
everyone remember that movie?
Yeah.
It had a cool idea, but it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like,
and then at the end, isn't he like a fucking bug or something?
Yes, he is a bug and everything like that. But I think so. Maybe Arnold's just like a virus in the system.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Honestly, if like Dolores all of a sudden her voice changes and it's Arnold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That would be exciting.
I like that. Okay, what's your next one?
Oh, it's Anthony Hopkins. More about him. When he's talking to Teresa on the table, he knows everything. He knows that she's sleeping with Bernard. He knows that they want to shut him down. Like, he just knows. No one's getting anything past him.
And he can just stop time, apparently, and that's okay.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Okay, but it also makes me feel like then he must know what the Man in Black is doing. So he's setting it up, like, because the Snake Lady now knows about Wyatt, even though that is a new storyline that he just made.
Yeah, so
that was
how did
just
happen?
introduced. Well, so he's introduced it for her too, and so he's leading the Man in Black to the maze.
Do you think that's what it is?
I think it is.
It must be, right?
Well, and in the spoiler alert, this is already a spoiler alert, but in the next episode, preview, it shows the Man in Black sitting with Anthony Hopkins.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I do think that Anthony Hopkins is sort of leading all of his people. He is hooking up Dolores with William. He is just all these things.
What do you think that his big, huge, like, truck...
Plan? Oh, that truck thing?
Like,
it's just flattening out everything. They're making his new storyline. I thought it was so cool where it's coming straight at them and he's like, I'm not sentimental. He's just going to get rid of that part of the park.
And he doesn't care.
No, because it's a bigger purpose. And
yeah, it's weird.
I feel like it's kind of weird because in the beginning, I thought Anthony Hopkins was really sentimental. He's like sitting with the oldest guy. In the, not
and like having a drink with him.
Yeah. And talking to him. And then Anthony Hopkins kind of went off the bandwagon. He was like, "Cut in the face. They're fake. They're not real." And like scalping them and stuff. Yeah. So I feel like he's getting it in his head that the plan needs to be completed.
I agree.
I'm really excited about it.
I would just like a quick shout out to the past 2 weeks of Anthony Hopkins de-aging that have
Oh my gosh, yeah, they've been great.
That's good.
We did a de-aging episode where we talked about the best de-aging.
We did.
And he should have been in there.
He's pretty good. I think he's right along there with at the beginning of Ant-Man when they did what's his face.
I don't know. I think this one's been awesome. They like his body looks like right and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't speak or anything. It's just like one little quick flash of him.
I still think it's perfect, but whatever.
No, I think it's good. Actually, and in Civil War, the Tony Stark de-aging was pretty darn good too.
That was pretty darn good.
That might be the best one.
But the problem is they have him that young when he was like acting. And I feel like they just used those parts. And
That's true.
like that.
That's probably true. Okay, so my next one, or are you done with Anthony Hopkins?
I think I'm done with Anthony Hopkins. It's just, I'm excited to see, because I feel like there's a plot twist every single episode, but we're leading up to the biggest plot twist. And so,
yeah, when I'm
really excited about that.
So do you think the end of the season is going to be them getting to the end of the maze? Is it going to be them getting to the maze? Is it going to be?
I really hope that it's to the end of the maze. I would like to complete the story arc.
That makes sense. But then what are we going to do the next season?
I don't know. I was almost hoping that this was a one season kind of deal, and we just finish everything, and it's like the most amazing thing on television. But
I don't think TV works that way anymore.
No, it makes too much money.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like them to finish the maze, and I think they could come up with a really good idea.
Yeah, they Hunger Games it, and then there's a rebellion out in the middle of.
Or on the moon. Yeah, exactly. Then we get on top of the moon.
Yeah.
All right. So your next one is.
My next one is William, the dude who's hanging out with Dolores now, and his creepy stepbrother guy.
I think I talked about the wrong one that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, you did.
I apologize.
It's all right.
I was noticing. I was like, dang, I didn't talk about that.
That's all right.
All right, we'll go back to that.
So my biggest question is, what is his deal? Like, why is he there? Why is he with Dolores? What is his purpose in all this? I mean, because clearly everybody has a purpose, and their purpose is probably designated by Mr. Anthony Hopkins.
Which is so weird.
Which is pretty weird. But then he has to have a purpose, and maybe does he know Anthony Hopkins, like, outside of the park? Like, why is he getting this big job to be the one that takes Dolores to the maze?
I don't think so. I think Anthony Hopkins, like, he finds some of his guests, and he's like, this person, they're married to the wrong person. It kind of seems like it's almost like he's married into a huge company.
Yeah,
and stuff.
And he's
creating a love story, and he's actually playing God, and he's coming up with real people destined to be with these hosts, and
it's pretty cool.
I that's what I think. Like, he's setting them up.
Yeah. For
lifelong.
Yeah. Is Bernard in on this whole thing with Anthony Hopkins?
Okay, well that's my next thing.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, it's good that I switched.
Yeah.
Weirdly, right in the beginning of the episode, he's talking to Dolores, and he says, just between you and me, there's a maze. And then you're kind of like, is he like being metaphorical? Is it just convenient that he said that? That was
what I thought. I immediately went metaphorical.
I don't think so. I think, like, if you say the maze in this show, you know what maze we're talking about.
Okay.
And so I think he kind of actually knows what's happening, and he tells Dolores, like, you can finally be free if you get through the maze. And I just think it's so odd that I just assumed that Anthony Hopkins was the only one.
Yeah.
But I think maybe Bernard is Anthony Hopkins' legacy. Like, he's
Anthony Hopkins is tutoring Bernard.
Yeah, he's getting him ready, because maybe Anthony Hopkins is going to go kill himself in the middle of the maze because it symbolizes something, or
maybe I don't know. I don't know either.
But it seems like Bernard has a much bigger purpose than we ever expected.
I agree. Well, what did the one lady say who's, like, weirdly I like, and she's got, like, an interesting little character arc in the past couple episodes.
Oh, I know. But
everyone in here
the
has
one
an
that
agenda,
kissed the
except for me.
Yeah. I thought that was actually really kind of, like, cute.
Because it's like, no, she doesn't have an agenda.
She's totally right. Like, everyone is working against you.
Yeah, and I wonder what everyone's agenda is, because Bernard, you don't really know what he wants. It feels like maybe he wants the androids to achieve, what is that? Sentience?
I kind of feel like he's the Arnold to Anthony Hopkins again. Like, he's the one that he will lose himself to this park.
Do you think that Anthony Hopkins, and that's why he likes Bernard, is that he feels guilty for Arnold? Or do you think that he is realizing that Arnold was in fact correct? Or is it now, after 30 years, Arnold had, like, that ideology has a chance to be right? Like, these robots are now sentient enough that they can
I don't know what Anthony Hopkins is trying to do.
I don't either.
He disagreed with what Arnold wanted, but it kind of seems like that's what he's going for.
Yeah, maybe it's time, maybe he realized. I don't know, that's just...
I'm assuming it's time. It's not like he's had a change of heart. It's been his plan the whole time.
He's like,
Arnold was going too
wait.
fast.
We have to wait.
We're waiting until these people actually have, like, goddamn pores. Like,
okay.
They can't just be robots, Arnold.
And it seemed like that's what they were before, right? Like, the guy was moving.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool. Yeah. And he could only say, like, a couple of things, and then he'd go back to the same thing.
Yeah.
Or the dancing scene. I think that was a couple of episodes when they were dancing, and it was very robotic.
Oh, yeah.
This is a really cool show.
It's a really good show. Okay, my last one, and I think the last one for both of us, is Ed Harris's Man in Black. We still don't know his name. We now know that on the outside he has some sort of a foundation that may or may not have saved a woman's life. Maybe
he's a doctor.
My immediate thought was he's more of like a big businessman, like he's like a Warren Buffett, Donald Trump kind of a guy, where they have like the Trump Foundation, the Buffett Foundation, like all those things that give to charities and things like that. Maybe he's like this big, huge business guy. Or, I mean, he's got to be somebody important because that guy knew him by just his face.
Yeah, I thought that was actually really weird and almost like kind of brought me out of the whole Westworld thought. Like, it was like, oh yeah, I forget that this is a fake thing going on in another fake
weird.
thing.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah, and so I didn't like it, but I do think it must have a huge purpose. Like, that's the reason he's doing all this.
Or does it not even matter at all? That's my other question. So now we know that he is
someone else,
but does that even matter? Like, did they just put that out there just to show, look, things are going on in the outside world, but guess what? They don't matter at all. Like, are we ever going to talk about that ever again? Does it matter at all?
Maybe not. Maybe it was just to bring us out of that episode a little bit and be like, oh, weird. He wasn't born here. He isn't randomly like...
No, he's not.
He's on vacation. He's paying for his time. And, like, he's asking permission to do these things. Like, a guest is asking for an explosive, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and they're letting him.
And they're letting him do all this stuff. And so he's scalping people. Everyone knows about it. They know he's doing this.
It seemed like for the first couple episodes, like, oh, he's gone renegade. They must not know he's in there. He's been there for 30 years. No, he's just straight up following the rules and doing whatever he wants, and that's okay.
Yeah, because they can stop him. They easily can stop him.
Easily, but they haven't.
Yeah.
They know exactly what he's doing.
So that's weird, too.
That's odd.
Yeah.
The whole thing is crazy. What do you think? So he's going to find the maze, assumedly.
Yeah.
He'll get there. He'll try to get through it, and then what's Arnold's big... he says there's one last story, what is it?
Maybe...
Did Arnold
Maybe you're going to finally meet the gods. Maybe that's Anthony Hopkins and Arnold are the gods of this place and that kind of stuff. And
you'll like meet them and
you
talk
get
to them.
Like, I don't know what he's expecting. Maybe it's a huge letdown. It's not some transcending... Again, we're just going to keep using that word because it's big and it makes me sound smart.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Handsome man.
Yeah. It's not this huge thing. It's just life. These beings all of a sudden are going to be able to achieve death.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
Maybe
it's like a shut off. It's a huge switch that just turns off everything that's keeping them from going.
My idea was that it's a test for the androids, and so the maze is it's like a labyrinth, so it tests more than just getting through a maze. It's a cognitive test
to see if they're human.
Tests your consciousness, and if you're human, then you're allowed to leave, because if you're conscious, then you're allowed to leave. But if you're not, then you can't.
Yeah.
So it's basically a way for Arnold to prove to Anthony Hopkins, like, look, if they can get through the maze, then they have achieved.
They can live among us. We actually have become gods.
Yeah.
And now these people can be the next evolution of mankind.
Yes, and maybe what Anthony Hopkins is thinking is he's talking to Dolores and he's talking to these people and he's like, maybe with my new update that allowed people to remember stuff like that, maybe we've finally gotten to that point. So I'm gonna lead them to the maze and we're gonna see if they can get through it or not.
I'm really excited. I think a human has to die soon. Mm-hmm. It seems like the park does have to have a major problem.
Yeah, that would be an interesting wrinkle if suddenly people were freaking like somebody died.
Yeah, and they all want to leave, but no one wants to let them leave.
Because again, these, like Ed Harris said, these people are on vacation. Like it seems like life and death to us and to the androids in there and stuff, but to a bunch of people, they're just on vacation.
Yeah, and they know they can't die.
Yeah.
So I really want the guy who's all in black also.
The
William's friend.
His brother or whatever.
Brother-in-law.
This creepy guy, yeah.
Yeah, I would like him to die.
Me too.
That would be nice.
I would enjoy that.
Because I'm trying to figure out his purpose other than being just a creep.
I think he's just a creep.
Yeah. Why does every show need that one person that just everyone despises?
Me, I don't know.
Just
I
to
think
keep us despising people?
He's just William's antagonist, and William's going to have to get over that.
Maybe William's going to kill him.
I would like that.
Because he's going to kill Dolores, even though Dolores can easily be repaired.
Yeah, because the world feels real to William.
He can't do that.
Yeah. He's doing things, he's acting as if it is reality, where the other guy's acting as if it is just a vacation or a video game.
I feel like I don't know how you could act like it's a vacation when people look so real.
right?
It's always
And
confusing
they're like
to me.
telling you what their feelings are, like,
or when they're like gagging for air and
what
pleading with you. It's like, how you're a sick man.
I don't know, but I mean, maybe in the future on the moon they're desensitized to that kind of stuff.
Maybe. That's true. We're just desensitizing. It's actually just all about.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, do you have anything else?
Nope. I think we're good.
Okay. Do you want to talk about what we think is going to happen next week, or
I think we kind of did.
Now?
I'm really excited for the.
I'm hoping that's next episode. Because it says in the coming weeks. Like, it
Why
never
does
says
it do
the
that?
next episode.
Why would it show us coming weeks? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. But that's the part, that's the scene I'm most excited about. Because I feel like we'll learn a lot from that.
I think so too.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, you could like it, you could comment on it, or you could subscribe to our channel. All that wonderful, happy, fun stuff. We're doing, because this week is the week before Halloween, we're doing all kinds of weird, crazy, pumpkin-y stuff. We carve pumpkins while we're drinking. We smash a bunch of pumpkins in extravagant ways. And all those videos are going to be rolling out all throughout the week. So subscribe to our channel and check those out because they should be pretty good. Peace out.
Bitches.